For this next exercise, it is called spinal floss number 2. For spinal floss number 2, this is really meant to target the lumbar spine. For the lumbar spine, we have joints that line up in a certain plane. They start off like this at the bottom of the spine, and as they go up the lumbar spine, they begin to curve like this. The lumbar spine is really meant to create stability everywhere else. For this specific movement, we want to go ahead and move in the planes of those joints. The reason why we move in the planes of these joints is to begin to notice and move through the restrictions that we have inherent within our lumbar spine. And we're going to show you exactly how it goes right now, but the main goal of this is to continue to lubricate those joints and allow that motion to be nice and smooth, and to create more awareness within your own body as you do these movements, to know exactly where the restriction is and how you can also move through that, so that you can go ahead and continue to keep those adjustments that we are building up towards. So something that you might notice while doing this exercise is that your digestive system might get stimulated as well, because we're lubricating the joints, we're stimulating this area of the spine, which is all connected towards our lower body and the digestive system as well. Now we're going to go ahead and go into spinal flossing exercise number 2. So for spinal flossing number 2, we're going to focus on lubricating the joints of the low back. In order to do this, we're going to go through 2 main motion patterns. I'm going to go through them step by step with you. Bring your hands together, just like that. This is going to help guide the motion that your whole body does. This along with the elbows as well, the motion of the elbows. You're going to go ahead and start off in a 45-degree angle, whichever side you want to start off on. Once you're in a 45-degree angle, for the first motion, flex at the low back, not at the hips going down like that, but at the low back. You see how my body crunches downward like that? Perfect. Once you're flexed in the low back with the plane of the elbow, the way it's moving, you're going to go ahead and follow that plane of motion straight, twisting in that plane of the elbow. See how it takes you up? You don't want to necessarily look all the way up, but you want to be facing more of an upward direction. And once you're in this position, you're going to follow the plane of the hands. So you're going to go ahead and follow that 45-degree to the other side, and you're going to crunch towards the other side. Very good. Closing the distance on that side that you're going down on and lengthening the other side, just like that. And once you go ahead and crunch down this side, we're going to again follow the plane of the elbow on this side and twist along that plane. Twisting, following the elbow, and you should be in a slightly upward position. This side, you should feel a lot of tension on the side that's long and a lot of compression on the opposite side. And again, you're just going to follow the motion in the plane of the hands. So it's going to be of an arcing motion going from one side to the other side. And you should feel lengthening in the lower back on the opposite side and compression on the opposite side as well. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and do this in a more smoother motion so you can see how it should look like. Again, following the plane of the elbows, twisting, arcing, going to the opposite side, following plane of the elbow, twisting, arcing, going to the opposite side, and you just follow that. And there's going to be breathing associated with this. On the inhale, you're going to go ahead and turn upward. And once you go ahead and crunch over, exhale. And that is the basics of spinal flossing number 1, the first part. Or the second part is going to be an extension movement. So very similar to the first part, but instead of flexing downward, we're going to go ahead and extend upwards. So again, starting off at a 45-degree angle, instead of going down, we're going to go ahead and go up and look up, just like that. And now we're going to go ahead and again follow the plane of the elbow in that direction. And we're just going to twist. Simply follow and twist. Just like that. Lean back. Again, following the hands, that plane of the hands in this direction. simply looking up in that hand plane motion. And from this position, following the plane of the elbow, twisting downwards in that direction. Just like that. And you should be in a downward position. You're going to go ahead and look up, following the elbow, twist down. Up, down, up, down. And you should be moving in a smooth motion. You should start to recognize and feel the plane of the joints, the restrictions of the joints as you continue to do this. And the breathing pattern that's associated with this is when you look up, you breathe in. And when you twist down diagonally, you breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. That is the basics of spinal flossing number 2. Begin to do these exercises in order to create more smoothness of motion of your low back and in order to create more awareness so that you avoid any further injuries in the future.